On ZiFM Stereo, my station, your station. Welcome to the VictoriaFalls24.com radio show. VictoriaFalls24.com is a daily updated news site for the region of Victoria Falls, Livingston and Chobe, including tourism information and newsy items. Check out the Facebook page and like the page to get regular updates on the latest news. ZiFM Stereo, my station, your station. Today we're going to be speaking to a guest as to the conditions or circumstance surrounding our status when it comes to our tourism industry. ZiFM Stereo is pleased to present a gentleman, and we're going to be speaking about Imire. For those of you who are not familiar with Imire, well, let me tell you this much. It's a fantastic venture.
Imire started in 1972 by a legend by the name of Reilly Travers, who was my grandfather. He saw the need to bring in wildlife into the Wedza area in small numbers, which he did. And from 1972 until 1986, he slowly started stocking the Wedza area with game, including Imire. By 1986, he had a vision to reintroduce black rhino back into the wild by breeding them intensively, as there was serious poaching happening at the time within the country wide, and the black rhino population was at a critical point. So he managed to get 7 orphan black rhino from the Zambezi Valley, which we hand raised. And we've been pretty successful so far. Up till 2013, to date, we've managed to release 14 black rhino into the Matusodona area, which has been a very successful program. Unfortunately, in 2007, we had a poaching incident where our breeding herd was shot out by poachers coming into the park. But we are back on track, and we're hoping that we're going to be having a baby black rhino born on the early 2014, which will be fantastic to get the program up and running again.
We are speaking with the manager of the Imire Game Park, Mr. Reilly Travers. Mr. Reilly Travers, can you please give us some more insight as to where is the rhino breeding program set up at the moment? If you can enlighten us on that, please.
Basically, what we do is we, at Imire, we speed up the process of the rhinos actually calving down. So we will have male and female. At the moment, we've got 4 black rhino, 2 males, 2 females, as well as 2 white rhino, 1 male, 1 female. And what we do is we get these rhinos to hopefully breed, which they've done. And then they've got a long gestation period of 15 months. We'll wean the calf after it's been born at a year old, so it'll be with its mother for a year. We'll wean that calf, and we will hand raise it from a year old. So it gets all its natural instincts from its mother in that first year, plus the vital ingredients to life, being the colostrum. Once at a year old, we take the mother away, which in turn brings the female back into estrus. So therefore she can be serviced again by another male, which speeds up the breeding rate of the rhinos, where in the wilds, for every rhino that we produce on the Imire, it'll take them another extra 2.5 years to produce a calf. So we almost doubling that the rhino breeding program, the process of having a baby. So from that stage, once we've weaned them, we will reintroduce those babies at about 5 years old back into the wild, where they actually go back very easily because they're taught from a very young age the essence of life and the dangers, the threats that they could face out there, what to eat, what not to eat. And so it's actually a pretty easy release program, and it's been very successful up to date.
That's fantastic. Now, Imire being a tourism initiative, what makes it so unique in its approach to the country's tourism?
Very, very much so. They're under a great deal of pressure at the moment. Down in South Africa, the rate at the moment is we're losing a rhino every 7 hours. They're predicted by 2020 there won't be a rhino left running wild. So we're in a serious situation at the moment, and I think it's up to the country and Africa and all the people that are inside it to come together and fight this issue that we have. And we've got to unite, and this is this day that we are having, this World Rhino Day on the 22nd of September. It's where all the rhino stakeholders within Zimbabwe are going to be celebrating World Rhino Day, and worldwide as well. It's just to reiterate to everybody that these animals are under serious threat, and we all need to pull together to try and fight this losing battle that we're in at the moment. The reason why Imire is so unique is for several reasons. Firstly, I think most importantly, is we believe in conservation and education, whereby we believe the local community must benefit from what we are doing on Imire through education. So linking conservation and education together is our primary focus. We believe is the only way forward for the future and the preservation of wildlife in Africa. So that's our big driving cause at the moment, as well as Imire is unique for the wildlife that it has on it. Everything you observe at very close quarters, and in the wild you would never get to see these animals at such close quarters, where you'll be able to feed, touch and observe these animals in their natural environment at close quarters. And Imire is a very family orientated business where it's run by family members, and it's a very close knit park, and you feel when you arrive at Imire, you always feel like you were part of the family.
Earlier you alluded to poaching. Can you give us a little bit more insight as to the scourge of poaching and how much you guys are being affected by it?
Poaching in the country at the moment is pretty severe, and on Imire, it's a 4,500 hectare property. So we've got a very skilled, trained anti-poaching force on Imire that does a fantastic job of preserving the wildlife as well as the rhino. Most importantly, are we being affected? Yes, we are being affected by the poaching in Zim at the moment, but it's on a very small scale, and we believe that we're on top of it. We've got armed people out on the park patrolling 24 hours of the day, and I believe that we had a very big wake-up call when we lost our rhino in 2007, and I think we have upped our game since then. And I believe that Imire is running a very slick anti-poaching unit at the moment, and poachers they definitely do struggle getting in and out of Imire.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for that. What other activities are Imire getting up to? What other sort of initiatives are they embarking on?
Imire is having its day on the 28th, which is a Friday. We have an annual soccer tournament which we hold in commemoration for the rhino, where we involve 14 teams throughout the district to come and participate in the annual soccer tournament for World Rhino Day. As well as we get the netball teams for the ladies. They come and participate in the tournament, which is ongoing for about 2 months, and then the finals are going to be held on the 27th. We've managed to raise some funds, and I would just like to thank for all the companies that have to raise funds for Imire's World Rhino Day for bicycles for the children at Noma School, whereby these kids have to walk very long distances, and we have managed to supply 30 bicycles for the kids so they don't have to cycle these long distances. So Imire's World Rhino Day is going to be a big celebration. Hopefully we'll have some guest speakers at the day. Police will hopefully be doing a display, and it's going to be a fantastic function, and I hope everybody could come and join and enjoy the day.
Mr. Reilly Travers, thank you very much indeed for your time and joining us here from Imire on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station, all the people's favorite hits and all the favorite music continue in a couple of seconds. You've been listening to the Victoria Falls 24.com radio program, which is a daily updated news site for the region of Victoria Falls. That's victoriafalls24.com. For the region of Victoria Falls, Livingston and Chobe, including tourism information and newsy items. Check out the Facebook page and like the page to get regular updates on the latest news. ZiFM Stereo, my station, your station, just gone 5 o'clock. The news is next with Martha on ZiFM Stereo.